Today's definitely an exciting day for Central and Central Athletics, but it's even more of an exciting day for these young women and men who have committed, and their families committed to Central. And that personal commitment, with that comes a responsibility. Of course, we as an athletic department, as a university, also have a responsibility to make sure that these student athletes are earning a meaningful degree and getting a great education when they're here. But that is also reciprocal on their part as well, and making sure they're doing a great job in the classroom and in competition, trying to maximize their potential and do their very best to represent Central and themselves. These student athletes also really come from a lot of different areas, but I think you'll find today that our commitment to the state of Washington and developing a four-year program continues to be a focal point in what we're trying to accomplish here at Central. And it really comes down to the type of people that we have on our staff and the type of individuals that our coaches are attracting here in terms of our student athletes. In and out of the classroom, they've been very successful. And this past year, I don't get to boast a lot about the academic side, but this past quarter, we had 110 student athletes make the honor roll, which is a 3.5 GPA or better. And we had 25, and I think the correction was 27 of our student athletes had a 4.0 GPA. So definitely getting it done in the classroom and in competition.
We're excited. It's a long process, like Dennis said, about recruiting, and for soccer, sometimes that's a 2- and 3-year process. And I want to make sure I thank Casey Hutchinson, the work that she put in to get out on the road and watch a lot of games. And, you know, we watch a lot of good soccer games, and we watch a few not so good soccer games, trying to identify girls that fit our program and our needs. And we're out recruiting against every regional Division I school, all the GNAC schools, the CC schools, the NAI schools, Pac-12. It's a battle the whole way. And you know, in some ways, I think it's almost scandalous that we have identified these girls, built relationships with them, and snuck in and brought them to Central Washington University because they're a great group. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this group shapes up with us, and how much forward we can go with this next group and continue to have the success we have. 6 out of 7 of these girls are actually scholar athlete or National Honor Society. So in terms of our GPA and success with girls in the classroom, I hope we continue the trend that we've set within our program and the standards we hold in terms of graduation success. But we're really excited. I'm really happy that Sandy and Max put the write-up together. If you read it, it's a great write-up. It really tells a lot about the girls, and we're excited going forward, and we're happy to be here, and thank you.
I got to give you a visual of who we signed. These kids are they're great people. We're more excited about just adding them to the community at Central. You know, it's kind of cliche and so forth, but they got good grades. They're coming in here. They bought into the programs that they're in, so we know that they're going to buy into what we're doing here. As far as the university goes, it's a great fit for all of them, so that's what we're more excited about. We know with this group here that we're going to be better in the gym. There's no doubt. And time will tell, obviously, we're going to have better results, but we're excited about the level of play and the skill level that they have coming in.
Appreciate that intro, and you know, look forward to you know, many great years moving forward as far as you know, this program and where we're headed, and the goals and the culture that, you know, Dennis talked about. It's a, you know, it's a big piece of what we're trying to do, is trying to build a culture around a 5-year program where kids are coming in and being developed over time. And you know, our commitment, you know, our belief system and our commitment to that is started with the recruiting process. You know, making sure that we do the right thing by the kids in the state, that we own the state. You know, and when you look at the little sheets that Coach Claiborne did for us on the tables there, it kind of shows you the hot spots that we hit in recruiting. But you know, it's a nice spread. We hit you know, a number of programs across the state, from the southwest to the northeast, and over into the Tri-Cities as well. So I'm excited about this group. Like Dennis said, we only lost 7 kids in this senior class, which is a pretty small class when you look at a football team. And what we're trying to do is fill with the highest talent possible at as many positions as possible, and develop depth as well. And I think when you look at these kids and the film that we have to show today, I think we're doing that at a very high rate. And I want to thank our assistant coaches. A lot of guys put in a lot of hours on the phone, on the road, away from family and their wives and things like that. And really appreciate that time and look forward to us benefiting from that work. We own this state. We want our roster to show that we want our roster to say, hey, this is the home for Washington high school kids. This is the place you go. We're going to have more kids on our roster from Washington than Eastern or Washington State or UW, and we need to continue to invest in those kids and make sure that that's a positive advantage for us in the recruiting process. And we want to keep it that way. And not to say that we won't make those moves to bring a transfer in or bring a junior college kid in from out of state. We will, but we want the base culture to be built around these kids in the state of Washington.